Alrighty then, look who it is. It's RJ Ballin back at it again with another FootBallin podcast. We're back at it. It's episode 3. You know, we keeping the train going, episode 3. And look what I got, bro. Look what I got. See, because these last couple episodes, as anyone have seen them, if anyone has noticed, my walls are just completely blank. They're just white. Like I don't have anything hung up, even though like I have stuff to hung up, but like it's all anime. It's all anime stuff. So it's like I'm trying to, I don't want to just fill my entire backdrop with complete anime stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that much of a weeb, you know, like even though I got the stuff, but it's old stuff though. But this one was like, okay, I still love this one so much. It's from Soul Eater, if anyone doesn't know. And it's like a painting that I got at Comic-Con like years ago. I like bought the painting off the guy. He like signed it in the corner somewhere right here. So I always loved this painting, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that up on the wall right behind the. So you know, because I'm gonna fill it out. So like, I want to have some other paintings back here. I can like fill out the whole wall, and you know, like probably by episode like 50, then I could have like a whole wall full of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I can have like a cool little backdrop. So you know, it's sick. But this is the start right here. This is gonna be the first one added to the wall. And then there'll be more to come. So I'm excited about that. That's sick. And also, there's something else I want to get into real quick before we get into like the main stories of the podcast, like the main segments. It's just a short little thing just because I have to get this out, dude. Like, okay, I literally at Walmart the other day, right? And at Walmart, I went out to my car in the parking lot. I go to my car, and what do I see, dude? What do I see in the parking lot? In front of my car, there's 5 shopping carts all blocking me in. Like, right, like, they're, like, so it looks like someone purposely tried to block my car in. Like, oh, fuck this guy. We're gonna, like, shove all of our carts in front of his car so he can't leave. And I was like, bro, what is this? Like, dude, who does this? Like, I understand. I know there's people out there that they just leave they don't put their carts back, but they just leave them wherever. But, like, dude, you like purposely, like all these people did not think about this person with the car. They did not give a fuck about me. They just thought like, oh dude, everyone else is putting their carts over here. I might as well too. Yeah, f this guy, huh? Like, no, bro, what the hell? Like, put your fucking carts back, dude. What are you doing, man? Like, dude, if I'm telling you right now, this is my PSA, dude. This is my PSA right now. If you do not put your carts back at the grocery store, I hope you burn in hell. I hope you don't make it out alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you've gone too far, bro. These carts, like, I hate people that are so inconsiderate, dude. These people are so inconsiderate. They don't think about anyone else but themselves. They're so unaware of their surroundings, so unaware of any other people. They don't give a fuck. They're super fucking lazy. Like the cart thing is like right there. It's like 2 steps away, but then they just go, fuck it, I'll just throw it in front of this car. Who cares? Like, dude, you're an asshole. If you do that, you are an asshole, and you shouldn't be shopping at the store, dude. Like, your shopping privileges are revoked. You're done, dude. You're done. Cause like, dude, I wish I could go out there and like yell at people and be like, hey, put your cart back, you motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could be that guy. Because, like, that would be a dream job, dude. Because I would love to humiliate people that don't put their carts back. Because it makes me so mad. And it just made me so mad because I went out to my car to try to leave. And then piled in front of my car is all these shopping carts. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, what made you think this was okay? What made you think, like, oh, yeah, this is a good idea? Like, yeah, like, fuck, whoever's car this is, they're not leaving. Like, bro. Oh, man, dude. Look, I'm just saying, bro, if you don't put your carts back at the grocery store and you just leave them wherever, or you're blocking other cars in at spaces, I hope you get into a car accident. I hope you get in a huge car accident, right? And I hope you don't make it out. I hope you don't make it out alive. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, dude. It's like, you're done. You're done. Bro, like, I wish the worst for you. Honestly, I do. I wish the worst for you. Like, I can't do it, dude. But Jesus, I had to get that out. I had to get that out, dude, because I'm just It irks me so much. It irks me so much, dude. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into what we actually came here to talk about, which is the NFL news, because there's tons of news going on, all these different moves going on in the NFL right now. And all week long, if anyone has seen, all week long there's been this big drama going on with my team, the team that I love, Arizona Cardinals, and Kyler Murray. And the drama has been going on all week long. It's been a roller coaster, and it's been really embarrassing for the Cardinals, too. It's been rough, dude. Let's get into it. So, Kyler Murray signed a 5-year extension, $230 million. We know this, right? Like I talked about this last week on the podcast. So he signed this big contract early in the week, and it was like, okay, yay, woo, yeah, Kyler, signed a contract, yay, right? So he did all that, and it was fine. Everything was fine. But then all of a sudden, this drama comes out about the contract, basically, and where there was a little clause that was like hidden in the contract, like a little addition into the contract added in, and it basically stated that it required him to study game material for 4 hours a week minimum on his own to receive credit, whatever that means. So basically, like the part it's just so weird, because why would you add that into a contract? And like that's the whole thing, where it's like people read that and they're like, why? Like that's obvious. Like, what quarterback doesn't study game film? Or like, it's like who doesn't do that? You know what I'm saying? So basically there was an addendum. Addendum is an addition to a finished contract. So the contract's finished, and it's like a little, it's a little like it's almost like a PS. Like, hey, PS, you got to do this though. So that's what the addendum is. And so the addendum that was added to the final contract, and it stated this: Kyler Murray couldn't. Well, this is what Michael Bidwell, the owner, said, that he put it into the addendum, and this is what Michael Bidwell, the owner, wrote into the addendum. So just keep that in mind, that the owner of the Cardinals is saying this. He's saying this, and then Kyler is signing this. So just keep that in mind when I read this, right? It says, Murray couldn't study while he was distracted by the TV, internet, or video games. If Murray failed to meet the criteria, he was at risk of being in default of his contract. Like, that dude, that's the part that shocked me the most. Like, not even just the study game material for 4 hours a week. Like, that it's a little weird, but like, okay, like, I guess, like, whatever, right? Because quarterbacks are going to do that anyway. But this part, like, actually writing in the addendum of the contract to say, like, oh, you get distracted by TV, internet, video games, and you don't stay on, you don't actually study. Like, just calling him out, just completely calling him out, be like, yeah, you play too many video games, and you're on the internet too much. And it's like, and if you don't follow all of our rules and study game field for hours a week and whatever, then you're not going to get your money. Like, this contract's going to be gone. Like, they're going to rip the money out of him if he doesn't follow the rules. And it's like, dude, what? Like, that's so messed up, though. That's so messed up to put that into the contract. And then Kyler Murray's reading this. He has to read this in front of Michael Bidwell, literally roasting him, and then he has to sign for it. Because, like, what is he not going to sign the contract? Of course he's going to sign the contract. Like, what will you expect him not to sign it just because he gets, like, it's like somewhat offensive? But, like, of course he's going to sign it. Like what, he wants his $230 million, so he's going to sign it, right? But it's just so, like, that picture in my head of them in the signing room, in the meeting room, like at the table, and they're just sitting across from each other, and then Kyler Murray is reading this about him and being like, okay, wow, just openly talking shit about me in my own contract. Okay, like, dude, okay, imagine this. Like, imagine you're an Amazon worker, right? You work in the warehouse. You show up to work, and for some reason there's no direct deposit. They're gonna hand you your check for the week, right? So they're gonna hand you your check. You're like, okay, it's payday, it's Friday. It's payday today. Woo! Let's gonna get that money. You walk into work. Your boss goes up to you and goes, "Oh, hey man, here's your check. We got checks today. But we just need you to sign this paper before we give you anything." And then you're like, okay, like what's this? And then you read it, and it's like, oh hi, RJ Ballin. Uh, just to let you know, we've noticed you've been a lazy piece of shit at work, and you haven't been doing what you're supposed to. So until you do everything we need you to do, we're not giving you your money. And it's like, bitch, what? Like, motherfucker, give me my check. Give me my damn check, boy. What the like? What you mean? What you talking about? Like, just openly talking shit about me into like a little side note, and then being like, oh hey, if you don't sign this right now, we're not giving you your check for the week. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Give me my money. What do you mean? Like, nah, bro. That's literally what Michael Bidwell, the owner of the Cardinals, did to Kyler Murray. He's like, hey, we're gonna give you all this big money, and like, here's your big contract. Oh, P.S. You've been a lazy piece of shit, and you haven't been doing what you're supposed to. So, and if you don't follow all of our rules to a T, we're taking all your money away. Okay, here you go. Sign the paper. Wow. Okay, dude. Like, that's a bold move from the Cardinals, and like, it's just like, dude, all of this is just like, this all just tells you how dysfunctional the organization is. Like, I know as a Cardinals fan, a long time Cardinals fan, I've been following this team for like what, 13, 14 years at this point, hardcore fan. I mean, like, this organization is such a shit show, dude. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And it's like, this is a classic example of how much of a shitstorm it is. Like, oh man, freaking, it's just ridiculous, dude. So it's just, yeah, they've been looking like dunces all freaking week, dude. I mean, it like the whole internet is clowning on the Cardinals organization right now. It's bad. It's really bad right now. Like, and then, dude, okay, so here's what happens too. So all this happens, all this stuff happens, all this gets leaked. The whole internet is just roasting the Cardinals and talking shit about Kyler Murray and whatever, right? All this stuff is happening. But then on Thursday of this week, Kyler Murray held an impromptu news conference. It's after training camp practice. So he goes like, okay, hey, like right after training camp practice, he goes, hey, all media, like come over here. I'm gonna have a conference. I need to talk about something. And I'm like, oh, like as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, juicy. I gotta see what Kyler says. And it's like a 3-minute video. Here's what I'm gonna do. I have the video on my phone. I'm gonna watch the video. I'm gonna play it on screen too, so then you guys can see, and I'll put the audio in and everything. And then we're gonna react to this video because when I first watched it, I was like, God damn, Kyler Murray, okay, like, damn, he really went off. Like, he really went off on him. Like, yo. So I thought it'd be fun to react to the video and show you guys at the same time. We can all react to it because I know if you haven't seen this yet, you're gonna want to see this. So let's play it.
Today, I'm talking today because, I feel it's necessary, with what's going on as far as regarding me and the things that are being said about me. It's almost, to think that I can accomplish everything that I've accomplished in my career and not be a student of the game and not have that passion and not take this serious is almost, it's disrespectful.
It is.
It's almost a joke,
Yeah.
It's, to me, it's I'm flattered. I'm honestly flattered that y'all think that at my size I can go out there and not prepare for the game and not not take it serious. It's disrespectful, I feel like, to my peers, to all the great athletes and great players that are in this league.
That's the point.
This game's too hard. To play the position that I play in this league, it's too hard. And I don't do this often. I don't talk about myself, but today I feel like I have to. And so I'm going to list the accolades, to go 43-0 in high school in Texas.
Tell him, Kyler. Tell his ass, Kyler.
Say, oh, it's high school. That's cool, but nobody else has done it.
Yup.
Go to college.
Tell his ass.
Win the Heisman. Get drafted number 1 overall to the NFL. Get drafted number 9 overall to the MLB. Again, no one's ever done it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time Pro Bowler. And I'm not 6'7", 230. I don't throw the ball 85 yards.
Well,
I'm already behind the 8 ball. and I can't afford to take these shortcuts, no pun intended. But
Okay.
those things you can't accomplish if you don't take the game serious, if you don't prepare the right way, and
Facts.
it's like I said, it's laughable. But to the film side of things, there's multiple different ways to watch film. There's many different ways to process the game. There's many different ways quarterbacks learn the game and break the game down. Of course, I watch film by myself. That's a given. That doesn't even need to be said.
Of course.
But I do enjoy and love the process of watching the game with my guys, the quarterbacks, my coaches. I think you can ask any quarterback around the league. The camaraderie in that room, the passion that goes into it. Every man in that room has a job. Every man contributes in different ways. And like I said, I think every player that has played the game, no matter the position, understands what I'm saying right now. As far as everybody in your perspective or your room having a job and contributing. So.
That's right.
Again, reiterate that, there's multiple different ways to watch film, and, of course, we all watch film. Let's not, that doesn't need to be questioned.
Exactly.
But it's, again, I refuse to let my work ethic, my preparation be in question. I've put an incomprehensible amount of time and blood, sweat, tears, and work into what I do, whether it's football or baseball. People can't even comprehend the amount of time that it takes to do two sports at a high level in college, let alone do it, be the first person to do it ever at my size. It's like I said, this is, it's funny, but to those of you out there that believe that I'd be standing here today in front of y'all without having a work ethic and without preparing, I'm honored that you think that, but it doesn't exist. It's not possible. It's not possible. So,
tell his
ass. I
ass.
have on that. If y'all want to talk about football or anything else. Like I said, if you want to talk about football, we can talk about football.
You want to talk about football? We talk about football. Like, it just moves right on. But dude, yeah, I actually really, really appreciated this press conference that he held. I really appreciate everything he said there. Like, I was like, dude, yes, Kyler, this is what I wanted to hear from you, bro. Like, I love that because here's why I love this. So, if you guys all remember, like a couple months ago, there was like all this drama with his Instagram. Like Kyler Murray, like he wiped everything off his Instagram. He deleted everything Cardinals that were on his Instagram. He wiped it all, and then everybody was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Everyone's questioning like why he's doing this, and then it was basically we found out eventually that it was because of his contract, and like he was like frustrated that he's not like they're not negotiating, they're not working out this contract. He's trying to push for it, like, we got to get this done, and like of course a lot of this is happening behind the scenes, and it's kind of like his way to make like a small message to be like, hey, like, let's, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, we got to get something done here. It's a little message like that, just without saying anything. But he basically, even with all these rumors and like, oh, is he demanding a trade from the Cardinals? Is he trying to get out of town? Everyone started speculating whatever's going to happen. And for months, just Kyler never said anything. He didn't speak a single word. Didn't say anything at all about it. And then like finally, like months later, he like said in some random interview and was just like, oh yeah, like I'm trying to stay here. Yeah, like I want to be with my team. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, bro, but it's too late though. It's too late because we've already all speculated, and like you've already made us all wondering if you're loyal to the Cardinals or not, or if you're trying to leave town or something. It's like it was just frustrating because he didn't say anything, and like he could have just clarified, like, you know what, hey, like, don't look into it too far. It's not about that or whatever. Like, he could have said something, but he didn't for so long. And this is why I love this, because all this shitstorm of drama starts all this week. It's going off like crazy. He sees it going off. His name's getting slandered. The Cardinals' names are getting slandered. Everyone's getting slandered like pretty much everyone's getting slandered here for the Cardinals. Like, it's bad. It's all going to shit. And he goes like, you know what, dude? I'm stepping up. I'm gonna hold a press conference. I want all the media to film me saying this, and he lays down the law. He lays it down and just being like, yo, like, do you really think that I could have like made it to the NFL and be where I'm at right now without preparing and watching film and doing everything I can to be the best I can be? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people are just questioning if Kyler, like, because the with the Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. With the addendum thing, how Michael Bidwell is being like he's distracted playing video games and he's on the internet, and it's like that's so disrespectful though. That's so disrespectful to claim that like, oh, he doesn't watch any game tape. He doesn't watch film at all. He's just lounging around on TikTok and he's playing video games on Twitch and he doesn't care. He doesn't care about preparing for football. Like, that's so disrespectful. And he said it in this press conference being like, yo, like, that's disrespectful to think that like for anyone to think that I could have made it here into the NFL. And also, and he said even in college doing two sports, he was doing baseball and football at the same time. And he's like, dude, do you think like you think I don't work hard? You think I don't like actually have a work ethic and really care and commit to this stuff? Like, dude, yeah, that is disrespectful. Like, I don't like that's annoying. I don't like that. Like, I would be pissed if that was out there about me or something. If someone's just slandering my name like that and just the whole internet's just going crazy and it's like, nah, bro, like that's messed up. And then I like that he just came out and been like, I'm gonna clear this all up and I'm gonna make it really clear that like this is all BS. Like, all this is BS. Like the fact that this addendum was even in the contract in the first place made no sense, and it shouldn't have been in there because it was just complete slander from the owner. Like, it's bad. It's a bad look on everybody. It's a bad look on literally everybody, but including Kyler. And Kyler cleared it up in the press conference, and I love that he did that. I think he killed it. I like quarterbacks that can speak up. I like quarterbacks that can like go out there and speak up for themselves, and they can like they're not worried about like being a robot and being like typical quarterback and being like, well, I'm just here taking it day by day, doing my job or whatever. Like, just give some corny ass response. Like, he was like, nah, man, this is disrespectful, bro. Like, how could y'all think about this about me? Like, I like that he did that. That's cool. I like that shit. Like, I appreciate that from quarterbacks. Like, Baker Mayfield's another one that he's not afraid to do that, and I love that about him too. Like, Kyler, like, dude, you can say whatever you want about Kyler, but when Kyler gets on the mic, when he gets on the podium, he keeps it real, dude. I will say that. Like, I think he actually does keep it real. Like, he's not just giving like media answers or typical quarterback answers. He doesn't see himself like that. He just being like, yo, I'm Kyler Murray. Like, this is how I feel. And I love that. I love that he's wearing his heart on his sleeve. Like, that's cool. That's cool to me. But so anyways, this whole conference goes down. And then now it's like another like, ooh, damn, Kyler, like, yo, he's smoking the Cardinals, right? Like, yo, like, now it's like it's almost like he's kind of beefing with the owner because he's like, yo, like, why would the owner say this about me when that's clearly not true? I have such a hard work ethic, and like, I always prepare for every game. I'm always doing the work. So now there's like a little beef between them. But the same day, like later that Thursday, Michael Bidwell sits down with Kyler Murray and he removes the whole addendum from the contract. All that part about him being distracted by video games and he needs to do 4 hours of prep every week or film study or whatever. He took all that out of the contract that same day. That like right after that conference, like Michael Bidwell is like, okay, Kyler, get in here, dude. We're taking this out. We're taking this out. Like, like Michael Bidwell just realized that like, okay, the whole internet is making fun of me. Like, I look like a complete idiot, and like, I need to make this right because like especially after seeing that conference, I was like, yo, I need to make this right. Let's get this out of the contract. So they took it out that same day. Later that day, took it right out of the contract. So Kyler Murray did the right thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he actually did the right thing. He held that conference. He stood his ground. He spoke how he felt. He was clearly frustrated. And then the Cardinals heard that and they go like, okay, like let's Like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right, dude. Like, let's take that out. That is ridiculous. Like, and there was even like I even saw like a quote from Lincoln Riley, his old coach at Oklahoma in college, and talking about like, oh, like I had to, like Kyler Murray's work ethic, and he was hyping him up and being like, speaking highly of him, being like, yo, like I sometimes I had to stop him from working so hard because it's like I mean, like, yeah, coaches say that, but like I do believe it with Kyler. I think he is very dedicated. It's not like I see him put the work in. He doesn't. It's not like he's not putting the work in, bro. Like he gets better and better every year. Like he's improved so much and he's matured so much. He's grown a lot as a quarterback already in 3 years. So like I can see the work that he puts in. I see it. So like it's just weird that the Cardinals didn't see that. It's just weird that the owner himself is so out of touch that he didn't see it. Like that's why it's like this organization is so dysfunctional because it's like the people at the top, Steve Keim, the general manager, Michael Bidwell, the owner, they're just so dysfunctional. And then like to me, like it's just very out of touch for Michael Bidwell because I'm sure he just probably just heard a rumor about Kyler playing video games or or Kyler with FaZe Clan, like he's gaming with FaZe Clan, and then he probably sees some of that, and then he's like, man, he needs to be focused on football, like he's doing all this internet gaming stuff, like it's just very like old man boomer type thinking. Like I feel like that's what it comes down to. Like he's just such a boomer, such an old guy, and just like doesn't understand gaming in the internet, and then he doesn't get it, so he just thinks like, if you're not Tom Brady and you're not constantly watching film all the time, then you're not a quarterback, and like you need to be doing better. And like that's why I just feel like it's like Michael Bidwell just doesn't understand Kyler. Like clearly doesn't understand Kyler or the new generation, and just thinks that like he's just off watching TikToks all day and not preparing for the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so disrespectful. So incredibly disrespectful to put that in the contract and then have Kyler Murray read it in front of you and then sign it. It's, like, so messed up, dude. But, yeah, so all that drama that happened this week, it was a shitstorm, but I mean, it was crazy, man. Like, it was a lot to take in, dude. In other news, so transitioning to something else here, important thing I wanted to talk about. So Chris Carson retires from the NFL due to a neck injury. So here's what happened. So he gets his neck injury. He doctors are telling him that he's not going to be able to play. It's too serious, and he's already had several neck injuries before. Like the last 2 seasons, he's had 2 neck injuries already. He's already and then now he's having more neck issues, and it's that's getting injuries is already too rough. It's already a lot for an athlete. Like we see these guys like they're tearing their ACLs and they're out for a year, and they're whatever other injuries, like common like ankle injuries, like hamstrings, whatever it is, like all these injuries, like turf toe or whatever, it's like all this stuff. But all these injuries, these athletes are usually pretty good at coming back from, especially nowadays with the technology. They're usually pretty good with coming back from these injuries. But the couple places you really, really don't want to be injured as an athlete, I mean, just in general, but mostly for athletes too, it's back injuries and neck injuries. Like back injuries and neck injuries can kill your career. Like you can come back from torn ACL, even though it's a brutal injury. It's a brutal injury. Like you can have your legs snap in 3 places, and you could be back in a year playing football. Like there's other injuries you can come back from, but like major serious back injuries and major serious neck injuries and repeated neck injuries and repeated back injuries, those are so insanely hard to come back from. So hard to come back from. Like those are the real places you just absolutely do not want to get injured, dude. It is rough. It's a rough road. So I understand Chris Carson retiring. Like I get it, because he's like, dude, I've already had like 3 neck injuries in the last like 3 years. It's getting bad. It's getting really bad. And also, okay, I'm gonna show this on screen. I'm gonna show a picture on screen. It's an example of the procedure he had done on his neck. It's pretty wild. So yeah, I'm gonna put the picture on screen somewhere here, maybe. Yeah, you can see it's like there's like brackets and bolts and like screws in his neck, and like it's. I mean, dude, that's already so rough. Like it's bad. But basically, here's what happened with so he's a part of the Seattle Seahawks, right? And Seattle, they release him with a failed physical designation, and releasing him that way, it allows him to get a $2 million insurance protection benefit. So that's really cool, though. That's like even though he's instead of just retiring, instead of just flat out retiring and being like, okay, like I'm out, this is it. Like Seattle's like, you know what? No, like we got to make this right, dude. Like if you're gonna do this, like we need to release you with the failed physical designation, so then you can try to get this benefit, so you can get the at least you can get a couple $1 million out the door, and that's gonna help you, cause like yeah, like he really hasn't made that much money in his career, like especially because running backs, they don't really get paid, but his total career earnings was $10 million. Total career earnings, $10 million. And like to you and me, the normal people, we see $10 million and we're like, oh my god, like that's crazy money. Like I would love to have $10 million. Like that, I would be set for life. But that's not realistic though. It's not really the case, because like $10 million is awesome. Like I'm not saying $10 million is not a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And like you can do so much with that money. I'm just saying, when it comes to athletes, professional athletes, and people in the NFL, and like, dude, we got guys making $30 million a year. We got quarterbacks making $50 million a year. We got like Patrick Mahomes is getting a $500 million contract. It's like these people, these other players are making like generational wealth. Like they're making so much money they can't even spend that much money like in their lifetime. Like they wouldn't be able to even spend it all. Like it's just such a massive amount of money that's like unfathomable. And when you compare that to somebody in the NFL he's a starting running back. Like bro, he's literally a starting running back, and he's getting paid chump change. When you compare it to everyone else, it's chump change. So you get 10 mil, like that's not good, bro. Like that fucking sucks. And I mean, like I like that Seattle, they helped them with the 2 million out the door with the releasing him that way, because you know that okay, like now you got a little like 12 mil. It helps. That definitely helps. That's something extra. Just like I just hope that he's okay financially. Like I hope that he's not just blowing his money, and like he can actually survive and like live a good life and stuff, because we've seen other athletes where they make less than 10 million in their career, or like they make 5 million or whatever, and then they end up wasting all their money and they don't invest, and then it can get bad. Like Adrian Peterson went broke, like, and he's one of the most legendary running backs of all time, of all time. He's legendary. He's a legendary player. He wasn't just some third stringer. And it's crazy that like he went broke. He literally spent all his money, and then he was like, I'm gonna go back to NFL and like try to stay on team so I can just earn a little bit extra salary and just try to get some more money back. Like that's crazy, dude. So like I just don't want to see that happen to more guys, and I just hope the best for Chris Carson. Like it's really brutal that he has all these neck injuries, and like it's rough, man. But he's really an awesome player. Like to watch him starting running back in Seattle, I mean, that guy played so hard. He played so hard and was running through people, physical as hell, like just down and dirty running. Like I love that, bro. Like he really put his body on the line, and like all the time, dude. So like shout out to Chris Carson. I hope he can recover well and have a great life, and hopefully he doesn't go broke. Hopefully he can like invest his money and be smart with his money. And I just wish the best for him. So here's another topic here that I was pretty interested in. So Derwin James from the LA Chargers, Derwin James is a star player there, safety, one of the best safeties in the NFL currently. Really, one of the best safeties ever since he entered the league. Like he's always been top dog. He's one of those guys. Like he does everything. Um, and he's holding in at training camp. So basically, like the trend before was you hold out because like he's trying to get a big contract. He wants to get paid before the season. So the way to get paid before the season is either you hold out or you hold in. So it's kind of two ways. And now the popular thing is to hold in because when you hold out, and holding out, basically, you're not showing up to practice, you're not showing up to the organization, and you're disconnecting yourself and being like, I'm not doing anything until you pay me. And that there was always just anytime players do that, it's just always drama. There's always drama with that. So it's just like that's why the holding in has become way more popular because Derwin James is showing up to practice. He's mentoring guys. He's helping guys in drills. He's kind of like he's still being involved with the team. He's not leaving the team. Like he's being like, "Yo, I'm here for you guys. I'm helping out any way I can. I'm gonna do whatever I can to help you all out and be a part of this team. But I'm not gonna step on the field until I get paid. But I'm gonna be here though. So it's like it puts pressure because the teammates see this guy here and they go like, "Yo, you gotta pay this guy." And especially when he's helping out the team still. He's like, damn, bro, like he's trying to hold out for this contract and he's still here every day working with us and helping us out. That's awesome. So like that's kind of the more of the trend that's going on with guys that are trying to get their contract before the season starts. So that's what he's doing right now. And Joey Bosa, his teammate, superstar teammate, this is a quote from him talking about Derwin James. He's, I think, doing the right thing, Bosa said. He obviously deserves whatever he's going to get. He puts in 100% every day. He just making the best decision for him right now. But the fact that he's even out here coaching the guys, fully involved, 100% locked in every day, it obviously means a lot to all of us. I'm sure the coaches see it and really appreciate it. So that's what Joey Bosa said about Derwin James during training camp practices. When they were asking him, and that was awesome. Like that shows you how holding in works. Like holding in works so much better than holding out, like I talked about. For this reason, like the players respect it, they appreciate it. The coaches respect it, they appreciate it because it's like more honorable. It's to see the guy like, dude, he's still showing up, even if he's negotiating a contract behind the scenes, and he's like. He's standing his ground, but he's also being like, but like I'm not just gonna leave y'all. I'm here to stay and I'm here to help. And like I'm gonna do whatever I can. So like I think that's very admirable. And like I love that he's doing it and more players will be doing this. Like we've already seen it, but like it's gonna become the new thing because holding out, there's just too much drama with holding out because they go like, this guy doesn't care. All he cares about is money. He doesn't care about the team, and they all just throw all this drama at you. So it's just such a good way to get around all that drama and to be like, you know what? I'm showing up, but I'm not stepping on the field until you pay me. So like it's very smart, very smart. So DK Metcalf, here's a big story about DK. So he finally got paid. There's all this talk about him getting paid and wanting a contract with Seattle and staying in Seattle, even though they're rebuilding and they've already shipped out all their best players. DK's like the last like superstar kind of face of the franchise guy that's staying in Seattle. He's like, nah, I want to stay here, but y'all got to pay me though. But yeah, y'all got to pay me that contract though, because I ain't staying for free. And it makes sense. Like if you're gonna stay on a rebuilding team, y'all got to pay the bag. And so DK Metcalf signs a 3 years, $72 million contract. What I love about this is that it's very similar to the Terry McLaurin contract that we saw before in the last couple of weeks. I love how smart it is because it's a 3-year deal instead of trying to go 5 or 6 years to try to like lock up some crazy long contract. 3 years is way better to do, especially for someone that's a young player like him. Like he's 24 years old. So he's 24 years old. In 3 years, he'll be 27. Like, so he's already going to make crazy money. Like, here's the deal. The deal includes 58 million guaranteed money out of that 72 million. So it's almost all guaranteed. And then with a $30 million signing bonus, it's the highest ever for a player in his position, which is sick. So he's getting paid fat. It's 3 years. He can either, if the team is just not getting better in the next couple of years, like because they're rebuilding, if they don't get better in the next couple of years, he could bounce. He could really bounce in like a year or two if he wanted to and get out of that contract. So that's nice. But also 3 years, if he does stay the 3 years and then hits the market at 27, then like that's way like you're gonna get another huge contract. You're gonna get paid giant money. Like you're still gonna get huge money out of after that. So like you're gonna get another contract. You can do another 3 years and go to 30 years old, get another big contract. Like maybe not as big, but you're still gonna get crazy money. So like I think it's actually pretty sick. I really like what he's doing, and I think it's kind of the standard for all wide receivers and other people at, really other all skill positions should be doing smaller year contracts but bigger guaranteed money. It's way smarter, way smarter. Also, here's another thing I want to talk about. Julio Jones signs with the Tampa Bay Bucks, which is this is like classic Tom Brady, dude. Classic Tom Brady to do this move, man. Like, oh my god. Of course he's just rounding up every like veteran like superstar kind of guy he can get and be like, let's get this super team again. Let's get the band back together. Like it of course, dude. Like I should have saw it coming because Julio Jones just kind of sitting on the sidelines all off season waiting for somebody to come get him. Because, like, he's just been waiting around as a free agent. And then, like, of course, Tom gives him a ring. Hey, man, you want to come win a Super Bowl? Come on over, dude. Like, of course, dude. Classic Tom Brady to make this move. But the thing with Julio Jones, I don't know how much he can really help, though. Like it's, like, I love Julio, and, like, we all do. Like, we've all seen him over the years. Like, he's been one of the freakiest, best wide receivers for the last decade. But he's like 33 now. I want to make sure. Yeah, 33. That's right. So he's getting pretty old for being a wide receiver. And the last couple of years, he's been dealing with injuries a lot. The injuries have really begun to him. And like he didn't have a lot of injuries in his career. He was pretty healthy most of his career. But now he's getting all these injuries, and like he's not playing very many games. And like last season, he played. No, he played 10 games. 10 games of the 17, which is like it's still okay, but it's just like even in those 10 games didn't really do that much. And then the year before it was 9 games. And like it's just rough, man. Like when he's back on the field, he's not really producing either. Like when he's actually on the field again and like playing, he's probably playing hurt too because he wants to play as much as he can. So I can give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. But like last year, like he had like 400 receiving yards and a touchdown for the whole year. That was his numbers, like production wise, the whole year. And I was like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, dude, I mean, I understand the Tennessee Titans offense is not like super wide receiver friendly. Like, I totally get that. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just like I don't see him bringing a lot of production to Tampa Bay. I don't see him like emerging as some like crazy weapon for the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't know, man. Like it's kind of hard for me to believe, especially because like, can he even play the whole season? Can he be healthy? Like I don't know. It's more of like just like a security blanket, more of a depth move and a veteran move, really. Like just because like you already do have you got good guys. Like this is their roster right now. Like this is like the wide receivers they already had in the room. Mike Evans, he's complete baller. Like one of the best, like pretty like top 5 wide receiver. Chris Godwin, another great receiver. Scotty Miller, we've seen a lot of good from Scotty Miller. Like we saw a whole lot of good from him. And like he has great chemistry with Brady. We've already seen that too. He's crazy fast. He's very good deep. He's a perfect slot kind of guy. It's like that's like Tom Brady's little toy. Like he likes guys like that. So like I can see Scotty Miller being way bigger in this offense. Tyler Johnson and Russell Gage. They just got Russell Gage this offseason from Atlanta, I think, actually. So, and like he's also a really solid receiver. Tyler Johnson's pretty solid. They got a bunch of guys. So like do I see Julio Jones just like emerging and just being like old Julio Jones? I don't know. I don't know about that. Like I don't know, dude. Like can he help if like let's say like Mike Evans gets injured and Scotty Miller gets injured and like it's like all these wide receivers like they're running out of guys and then Julio Jones can step in and be kind of a security blanket. Like that's cool. Like I think that could work. Like at least it's nice to have that depth and then have somebody that you can trust. But like I don't know. Like it's not like he's getting like Debo Samuel or something. Like it's like it's not like he's getting some other like crazy like super like wide receiver in his prime right now. Like it's not really like that. Like I don't know. I don't get the whole like I guess I get the Julio Jones thing, but I just don't see it as like a huge move like other people do. Like people are like freaking out like, "Yo, Julio Jones and oh, look at this wide receiver room. It's so crazy." And like I don't know, man. Like I don't really see Julio helping that much, but like it's nice depth. He's a veteran. He's a goat in his own right, I guess. And that's like I'm sure for Julio Jones' sake, he just wants to win a Super Bowl because he's gone so close because he went to the Super Bowl against Tom the last time, and then Tom came back with a crazy comeback and won from a like 27-point deficit, which is crazy. Um, so like yeah, like I could see being like, you know what, let me go team up with the guy that beat me in the Super Bowl, and let's go try to win this. And like maybe because if he wins the Super Bowl with Julio Jones, then Julio Jones can just retire right there because like he has the yards and production for Hall of Fame. He has all that stuff like as a career, but like he just never has won the Super Bowl. So like if he gets a ring, like oh he's for sure retiring. Like he's checking out, especially with all his injuries. Like his body's breaking down. So it's like, dude, he's probably wanting to get out at this point. He just wants to make that bag, get that Super Bowl, and just get out. And like I don't blame him. It makes sense. Like if you want to go anywhere to win a Super Bowl, you go to Tom Brady. Especially because Tom Brady, he's like in the Super Bowl, like in and out every year. It's like or obviously every other year he's in the Super Bowl, I should say. Like that and he wasn't in it last year, so this year he could be back in it, dude. We'll see if his track record continue. I don't know. But that's really all the stories I had. That's all my topics. That's kind of covering like all the big news of the week. Um, of course, right now it's like training camps just about to start. We're coming up on the Hall of Fame game. It's our first official football game of the new season, so that's gonna be exciting. That's cool. Even though those games usually are not great, but like it's cool though. Like preseason's coming up, and then we have another month until the regular season. So that's when we get into like the big regular season football games. Like it's gonna be crazy coverage, like so much news. It's gonna be like crazy. But I'm just kind of preparing for that, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's really it. That's all I got for you guys. So thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you on the next episode, hopefully, if you come back. And subscribe to the channel and like the video if you haven't already. So, okay, bye.